Hello again, everyone. Saki here, and welcome back to another episode of Planet Zoo. And when we last left off, we put down this enclosure here that has our ostriches, warthogs, and African buffalo. And in the interim, what happened was we got some food enrichment for the African buffalo as our veterinarians are continuing to do some really good stuff. Let's go African buffalo and take a look at the grazing ball feeder, and that is going to boost their enrichment up quite a bit, up to 78%, and that is good for the overall animal, 94%, and just in time because Inspector is back to look at all three habitats this time. Oyunchimeg, Jonas, and Saba are going to be the animals in question. Now we've got some litter. So I've also placed down some garbage cans around this inner path, hoping that a sweeper will come up and get the job done. And in fact, it looks like we've got someone on the case right there, Bruno Kauer, doing the sweep, and everything is looking good. So I looked through the animal trading facility, and we do not have access to any of the other animals that would share this space. No sable antelopes, no zebras, nothing like that. So we're going to have to think about some other animals that can share spaces, and the Baird's tapir may be one of them. And indeed, the Baird's tapir does share space with a few other species. However, we don't have access to either the anteater or the white-faced capuchin monkey either. So we're just going to have to choose which animal we want, and they're going to have to stay separate. But the Baird's tapir is pretty easy to take care of and pretty cheap. Looking at the Zoopedia here, they only need 4,600 feet with a little bit of water, so I'm thinking that they would be okay up here. If we do some terrain modification or even extend this pathway up and then around, the Baird's tapir might be able to nuzzle in right here nice and easy, and then we can also split that up with, say, some saltwater crocodile, just depending on the terrain. But we've got $12,000, and we want to make sure that we use the money effectively, because once that is all done and we get 3 more habitat species in the zoo, we have to put in a suspended gondola. So I'm thinking that the gondola itself will start, say, over here, or we could level out some ground right next to this pathway and then have a big old loop around. So what I'm going to do is I will... let's see, they don't need that much space. We might be also able to hollow out some land around here. Now that we have terrain modification tools, we can connect the path up, say, to this bridge over here. And that would be really cool to get around as well. So let's start with that first. And then along this path, we might be able to put 2 or 3 more of those species down. Also, we might be able to put something down, say... that's really tough. This quarry is making life difficult with these sheer edges. So I say let's make the most of the space we have over here and start working on that. So we'll look for some Baird's tapir to put down on this backside, and we'll run this path right along here and sort of encompass this area. And we might be able to get over here by the time the saltwater crocodile is ready, and then just connect up that path right here. So that seems like a valid thing to do. So I'll go ahead and do that and be right back. All right, more vet research done. We've got the common warthog research at level 2, so 50% more on the education bonus and another toy. Let's look at our warthogs and see if they are okay on their enrichment, and indeed they are more than happy with their toy enrichment. So we're going to continue pushing the warthog and the African buffalo, and hopefully that will give us more toys and whatnot for other creatures as well. I have our 2 Baird's tapir already on the move, so hopefully they should be here in a second. I've added a power transformer back here, and we can add a water purifier back here because the Baird's tapir needs just a little bit of water to be happy. And here they are in their enclosure. We'll make sure that they have enough space. And it looks like we need to extend this out just a little bit. That is not much, 200 feet. that is easily done. So I'll go ahead and get their habitat nice and set up, add some water, and add this water purifier over here so we can reach out and touch any water that we need over here. Right, Baird's tapir is all set. We have enough navigable land area and swimming area. So overall, they're at an 89. Their nutrition can be boosted a bit. So now let's look at our facilities and our water treatment and make sure that our water treatment bubble sort of encompasses that. And it does look like indeed that will be the case if we put it right there. So that is water treatment settled. Now all we need to do is get some education items up and running for our Baird's tapir here. And then everything should be awesome. All right, so let's get educational speakers up and running. Let's go ahead and start with the speakers as we do. And we'll just duplicate these on across and get a signboard up and then start really... I don't know if we should research the Baird's tapir directly from the veterinarian to see if we can get some sort of education boost from him. It wouldn't be bad for sure. All right, let's get a stand up, spin that right around here, and say hello to the Baird's tapir. All right, now let's get this ready for use as we put down some refuse bins, of course, and that's a little bit steep. Okay, so now let's also get in our donation bins. Always important to make sure that these animals are paying us back in some way. Yeah, I'll have to go around that side there. Do we want to do some benches? It probably wouldn't be a bad idea, as they may have indeed walked quite the ways to get here to the Baird's tapir. So we'll give them some place to sit. And we'll play that out and see what happens here. So now people are gathering. Let's actually copy that. Now that we know that people are going to be standing over there for the tapir, we'll do that and get some education going for them as well. All right. So that should be the next up on the docket. That is 6 out of 8, just 2 more species to go. And the inspection so far is going swimmingly. Off to see Jonas. Now Jonas is at 88% with that enrichment. Let's just see if we can squeeze an Okapi food enrichment out of this thing just like in the nick of time. Because that would be really good if we can do that before the inspector shows up. Let's go enrichment. Now we just know a sprinkler for the Okapi. So it looks like we might need to adjust our research the next time research is done. A little bit on the warthog, a little bit on the buffalo. I tell you what, Eric, focus on Okapi, please. And that will be some food enrichment and toy enrichment as well. So that's not going to be bad. But hopefully the inspector is... Hey! So there's our inspector there, leaving the zoo with 5 stars all across the board. That's what I like to see. We're not going to be completing the silver medal before she comes back, maybe. If we get on our horse, we can put down 2 more habitat species down real quick and get that sort of silver medal done once we put down the gondola, and then that last inspection will count for this inspection, so we'll be like 1 step toward the gold automatically. And we could do with putting some stuff out here, maybe another set of restrooms, eateries, drinking, that sort of thing. This area here looks prime for saltwater crocodile. Let's see how much they are. So yeah, it's cash. And we can do that. We have enough cash to do such things as these. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and get an enclosure set up for our saltwater croc, and we'll use this little pond here as their basis. All right, that was fast. Saltwater crocs are here, large and in charge, and we just have to get their terrain set up with some more rock, a little bit less sand. That's easy to do. All right, so let's go ahead and get in some rock. Yeah, we want some rough rock. And we'll put some rough rock right along the edge here. And that'll get them nice and happy. Plenty of water, plenty of shelter. They don't require any plant life. Let's take a look at their enrichment items that they need. Hopefully that blood pumpkin will count for a little bit more happiness. So saltwater crocodile indeed. We have a sprinkler that we can put down, say, over here. And that's going to be 50 of 60. Then we also have the blood pumpkin. Let's put the blood pumpkin over here. And that will be 90% enrichment right off the bat. These are going to be happy crocs right from the get-go. And that is always good. All right, so let's go ahead then and set up the area for some people. Of course, we're going to need to duplicate some of the trash cans here, just in case people walk by. They have a place to recycle. Then we also need our donation bin so that these crocs can pay us back for our hospitality. And then we'll need some education items. Let's put down a bench or two. And let's put it on the edge, because this is where our power is. There's like a little dull spot right in the center where we don't have power. And I don't think it's worth it to put down another plant just to get this little curve. So what we'll do is we'll focus our education here by the front gate and then as they leave. And that would allow us to educate while saving some money. So we'll put this over there and go saltwater croc. And then duplicate that right by this little alcove here. And that is powered, yes indeed. And then we'll just duplicate it on the other side. And then we'll get our signpost up and running. And we will have our next animal up for bids on The Price is Right. Now, the next animal that is ready for public viewing. And now it's worth it to come down this path. And already some folks are coming down this way. And hopefully they like the view of the saltwater croc. The water should be getting purified as we made sure that water purification, when we put it down, was going to reach this area and this area here. So really strategic placing that water purifier right here for future expansion so that this saltwater croc pen stays nice and awesome. Nice. Vets called. Let's go $12 per ticket. And then diseased animal. Which one is that? So the vet is already on their way, apparently. Oh, Cafefe. No, Cafele. Tula Maria. All right, so hopefully, yeah, our vet already has it under control. And luckily, we put vet surgery right over here, so it's not going to be that much to go. Booyah. And vet research is done. For our African buffalo, that was going to be food enrichment, toy enrichment. All right, so let's see if our buffalo is feeling good. And if they are, we can change our research strategy to some of these diseases like Covfefe. All right, so enrichment. Okay, so they do need a little bit of toy and a little bit more on the food for complete happiness. So we can definitely do that. Species, the African buffalo. So we've got the barrel feeder that we can put over there. That's going to put them over the top. And then we have the rubbing pillar, which I know many animals enjoy. And we'll put that down. And now our buffalo is 100% happy. And I think we can afford... Wow, still leaving the zoo. All right, there we go. So 4 stars, education facilities is where we are weak. But it's certainly not bad, a 4-star on our inspection report. As long as we keep these animals happy, more power to us. And we just need one more habitat species put down and we can work on that gondola. All right, let's go ahead and clean up this area here. All right, so I think I will go ahead and put down some food, drink, and restroom items over here. it's sort of like an empty expanse where there's not a whole lot going on, and there's something we can put down here that doesn't require water. So, without further ado, let's go ahead then and put down some guest facilities. Let's put down another ATM, just in case people need some money. We'll put down another Gulpy, just in case they get thirsty. We'll put down another Chief Beef. I hope you like burgers.
Tasty.
We'll put down another information center just in case it starts to rain. We'll put down a Looney Balloons.
Looney Balloon.
And we'll put down... All right, so we don't have enough for a toilet, but we will here shortly. There we go. Now we can put down the toilet. All right, and we can let these profits start to come in. All right, Snow Leopard is about to mature. I believe we can release that Snow Leopard to the wild. Let's actually go into our zoo data here and look at our Snow Leopards. So 2.8 years, 2.8 years. So young adults. Yes, we can indeed release to the wild. Yeah, there's too many adults up in here. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll release the children into the wild. Let's go release. And that'll be 314 conservation credits. And there is our other one we can release, nice and young, 235 conservation credits. All right, so building up those conservation credits, we're at 4-star rating, education and animal. Lots of donations coming in, that's what I like to see. It's giving us what we need to boost this place up. You hungry? You thirsty? Go ahead and stop by. And this area here isn't too busy. So if people wanted to enjoy their food, they definitely could. Put down some recycle bins along the way. Yeah, unfortunately that ramp was a little bit too steep to put one down. But we can definitely do that. And we can put down a few more benches as well in case people get tired. All right, so we're getting there. We're getting there. All we need is one more animal. So I think what I'll do is I will find the easiest to take care of animal to put right down here that doesn't need water, correct? I mean, they could have a little bit of water. Our water purification extends out here. So I will see what the cheapest and easiest to handle animal for us will be and be right back. All right, we got the most appealing animal that we could, and it is the Bornean orangutan. And we had a good history with the Bornean orangutan in the last zoo. So that's going to be our 8th habitat species. Now we just need to put down the gondola. So let's go ahead and get to our situation here. So we have enough space. We need some climbing area. We can do that. Fix the terrain up, get some plants down. So let me revitalize this area and I will be right back. All right, just got done putting down the climbable area. We've got 1,500 feet of climbable area and 10,000 feet in the pen, and vet research is done. And I think we're going to shift over to the Bornean orangutan. So that is the okapi done. That was going to be food and toy enrichment there. So let's go ahead and get Eric on the Bornean orangutan to try to get some extra bonuses here. Because their enrichment, even though I put down a crap ton of stuff, they still need to be engaged, and I don't have any food enrichment for them. Next up, the okapi. I believe we are now able to complete the species food requirement. So let's go with our okapi here. And go species okapi. And yes, indeed, the hanging barrel feeder is now here for them. And that's going to boost their enrichment up quite a bit. So now the okapi are going to be even better. Oh, and the rubbing pillar. So we got the rubbing pillar, and they do need a little bit more toy toy enrichment, so we can put down that rubbing pillar. Obstructed, obstructed. There you go. So now they're 100% enriched, and they should be feeling really good. So all that's left for me to do is to put down some education items down here for our Bornean orangutan. Put down some garbage cans and benches along this way, and also put down some plant life, and we'll call it an episode. So I will be right back. All right, education items put down. We've got some donation bins down as well, and hopefully this will set us up for our transport gondola ride. We're at $6,000. No, so in between episodes, I'm going to think about where exactly I want the gondola to go. How does this thing connect up? That is the next question, because I've never put on the suspended gondola ride. So we might have to clear out some space, say, up here by the entrance and loop it around. Not sure. Do we want to have a stop, say, over here? If there are going to be multiple ways. It could be one way to get to the back half of the zoo very quickly. So I will, mess with that. Maybe do a testing to see exactly how it does work before we dive right in. But in the next episode, we will be getting our silver medal, and as long as the inspector doesn't come, we'll be already partway there for receiving the gold. Let's take a look at our finances. We're making 18,000 yearly profit, so that will be easy. So that could be 2 ticked off right there. And then we just need to put down a giant panda somewhere. Now, I don't know. I didn't see them here on the species list, so it may give us the giant panda to adopt, because the giant panda is not here yet. So once we get those that gondola ride put down, it may be a 1 episode to gold. But that will do it for me in this episode of Planet Zoo, everyone. So far, so good, really productive, but like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next Planet Zoo video. Take care.